So a couple of weeks ago, I made a video talking about the big announcement from Riot that everybody got upset about. The announcement that Hextech chests were no longer going to be a thing. And for a lot of people, it showed that Riot was being greedy, Riot was being desperate, and Riot really maybe didn't even have a clue of necessarily what was going on, because in that video, they talked about how their profits or the money that they're making had like stagnated or had been going down a little bit. And they thought or at least they were saying it was because people were getting so much free stuff from the loot system that they weren't spending money on skins anymore, so they needed to nerf down that loot system a little bit to get people spending money again. But really, that doesn't make too much sense, because again, their profits were probably stagnating, their money was probably stagnating, because overall the player base in League of Legends has been stagnating or maybe not growing as much in the past couple years as it had throughout its history. It's an old game at this point, but also people had noticed that, hey, the quality of skins had kind of started to go down recently. There had been more cash grabby skins recently, and there had been a little bit more desperation from Riot recently, stuff like a full ad for a skin taking up the entire client and weird stuff like that. It's not necessarily because we're getting dropped a couple of bad skins for champions that we don't even own in the loot system a couple times per year. And again, I know just like from my own personal experience, like, hey, I'm not buying less skins because I'm getting so many skins from loot. I'm maybe buying less skins because the game's so old and I just own so many skins now from buying them or getting them or whatever at some point. And also, it's just hard to continue to buy new skins because they have to continue to make them better and better and better. And it doesn't necessarily even seem like they've been making better skins recently. But today, Riot dropped a big announcement where they said a dev update or a dev blog where Hextech chests, getting champs, and more. They said, we know that some of you are frustrated, even questioning if Riot is still the company you've always known. Definitely true. There was like the petition to have the CEO step down or whatever was going on with like a ton of signatures because, yeah, people have not liked this new CEO's regime so far. We aspire to put players first, and when our decisions don't land the way we intended, it can damage your trust. And that seems a little bit weird because obviously so many of the changes they were putting out were not putting players first, and we're absolutely, not in any way putting players first. Recently, we've made a number of changes that didn't hit the mark for everyone. We've been listening to your feedback, and it's clear that there are areas where we need to adjust. So today we want to walk through what's changing, why we're making these updates, and how we're working to ensure League is a game that feels rewarding and worth your time. This post is intended to be paired with the dev update video that also came out today, so we recommend checking that out as well. So here's a quick rundown of the changes with more information down below. And we got the TLDR. The TLDR is going to be 10 Hextech chests and keys, 8 on the free pass, 2 additional through Honor. Hextech chests will be replacing the free battle pass skin, consolidating all key fragments into keys, rounding up leftover fragments. The blue essence cost of all champions will be reduced by 50%. That is a nice big change. Delaying San Uzal Mordekaiser Exalted skin while we make improvements, which I think was absolutely necessary. Again, it felt like a big slap in the face to say, hey, we are going to be removing, Hextech chests, people aren't buying enough skins, and then dropping what was really a really trash tier, super expensive skin in this San Uzal, whatever, however you pronounce it, Mordekaiser. It was just not a good skin, and they were trying to, slap a big price tag on it or make it really hard and expensive to gain, which all coming out at the same time felt very weird and very strange. And that, again, Riot was getting desperate and putting out slop for expensive prices and then wondering why people weren't buying as many skins. Increasing the quality of the Battle Pass skins going forward, adding 25 Mythic Essence to the paid Battle Pass to replace 1 paid pass skin. Clash is going to be coming down to a monthly cadence. They were doing it like a couple times a year before, so they're upping that back again. Your shop is coming back in patch 2506, and the Blue Essence Emporium will return in patch 2507. So overall, seems like a lot of nice changes. I know there's some people saying that, hey, this still isn't good enough. I know I saw some tweet that was like, this is just a classic case of nerf something really hard, buff it back a little, and then people get excited because you brought back the thing they liked, even though you still heavily nerfed the system overall. But whatever, I still would rather have what they're doing now than them not doing anything. I don't think this totally forgives all the things they said, all the things they did, and I still think it does show Riot is probably in a little bit of their greedy, desperate era, trying to figure out what to do with League of Legends. But hey, at least they're making some positive changes, and Hextech chests coming back should hopefully be a pretty cool thing. But again, I'm not saying this means that Riot, is all forgiven and Riot is now certainly, listening to the community and on the right track. I still think you got to keep an eye out for some weird stuff they have been doing and are probably going to be doing in the future as well. But they do say it's clear that for many of you, Hextech chests weren't just a way to get stuff. They were an important part of making your time in League feel rewarding. I agree. It's just a nice little bonus for playing the game. We didn't fully grasp how much this mattered to you, and that led us to making changes that missed the mark. And again, they just don't have the pulse on the community, their finger on the pulse of the community at all. As a result, chests are coming back starting in patch 25.05, which is in the patch next week. You'll be able to earn up to 10 chests and keys per act. 8 of them will be spread out throughout the free pass instead of the seasonal skin and mystery epic or lower skin, because you told us you prefer chests. To make room in the UI for the chests you can earn in the pass, will also be consolidating some rewards like blue essence. It doesn't really make sense that they need to consolidate stuff for the UI. Maybe just change the UI. Seems like a kind of a BS excuse, but whatever. We won't be changing the total amount of BE you earn per pass, just moving it around a little. We're bringing chests back through the pass instead of through champ mastery, because we want to ensure they're more accessible to a range of playstyles. Whether you play modes with random champion selection or free choice, we want you whether you play a wide variety of champions or just few, we want to support that. The other 2 chests per act will be earnable through honor. We're doing it in that way because League is better when you're surrounded by players who make the experience better. Then they do say here, ultimately, the above changes mean that the maximum number of chests any player can earn in a year going forward is 60 per year, which, again, that seems fine to me. That seems like a reasonable number. I don't know, 60 is a lot. That's a lot of chests to be opening. I'm sure I don't know how many you were getting before. I'm sure it was probably more, because, again, overall, I think they're probably still going to be wanting to nerf this. But do I really care that much? No. If they think they need to nerf it to try and make some more money, I still disagree that they're going to make more money from nerfing Hextech crafting and chests and stuff overall, but whatever. If they think they want to do that, again, I don't even know how many chests overall we were getting last year. I didn't really ever notice or care, but like I said, I'm sure this system is less, but still, you're getting 60 per year as a possibility now if you do play the game, which, again, they're having it part of the battle pass now, so you're incentivized to play the game to earn all those rewards. It's fine. It's a normal model in gaming. Champion acquisition, a clear problem for newer players, especially in building out your champion roster. For League to continue to thrive long term, it needs to be more accessible, and lower champion costs is one way to help achieve that. Again, there's more and more champions coming out every year, so to just get all the champions, especially the new, cool, exciting, fun champions that you want to play, it's kind of getting more and more expensive. I've definitely noticed on some of my alternate accounts and stuff like that yeah, you run into an issue of not having enough blue essence to get all the stuff you want, and if I don't have the champions I want to play, I'm just probably not going to play the game. I'm not going to grind a bunch of games on champions I don't want to get the champions I do want. That's not fun. That's not exciting. And I'm not going to spend money on champions either, because that's not really, what you do in League of Legends for the most part. So we're going to be lowering the blue essence cost for all champions by 50%. That's really, really, really big, and something I did not expect them to do. We're going to be delaying Exalted Mordekaiser to make more time to make sure it better delivers on its core fantasy. We're also taking more time to improve all Exalted skins in the future, so that's big. So you likely won't see one in every act this year as originally planned. That seems a little bit silly to me, because I'm sure they do still have time to put out big, cool stuff. Delaying it doesn't necessarily make sense. It just seems like they need to do better work or have better ideas, or maybe, not lay off all your designers and artists and all that stuff. So, hey, they're going to be putting out better Exalted skins, which I think is fine. Clash going to be coming out more often, and the Blue Essence Emporium and your shop coming back. So overall, seems okay to me. Again, not amazing. I mean, it is exciting. The Hextech chests are going to be coming back. Hopefully this does get people excited and show that Riot is at least listening and willing to make changes. Like I said, it is kind of the classic case of over nerf something, people get mad, then you bring it back in a worse way and people get happy, whatever. Maybe that was their plan all along, who knows. But yeah, like I said, Riot was just absolutely reeking of kind of desperation and greed, and now they've walked back some of those changes. So hey, maybe we should be happy, maybe we should be excited, maybe we should still be a little bit skeptical, who knows. But better late than never, I guess. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely make sure you go check out Holy. It's going to be the first link in the description below. Use discount code SE5 or SE10 to get a nice little discount and help support everything we're doing here at Sheep Esports on some great tasting energy drinks that also just so happen to be healthier than the competition. See you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.